The fact that ADA's price has a great likelihood of soaring in the foreseeable future is no longer breaking news. It has been described to as a millionaire maker coin on numerous occasions. The renowned BitBoy cryptocurrency has revealed something that all Cardano investors need to know, and experts in the crypto field haven't ceased being enthusiastic about Cardano ADA. This should not be missed by anyone. Without further ado, let's get started. Among a select group of crypto influencers, BitBoy Crypto has established a reputation for setting the bar high. Naturally, he has preferences, which he makes clear in line with a decent crypto BitBoy from YouTube would not bring up a truth unless it had major significance. What, then, has suddenly piqued his interest in Cardano? Is it capable of creating millionaires? Cardano is a development team, I suppose. IOG has been successful in promoting advancement and pertinent ecosystem growth. IOG reported in a report. The vessel hard fork was postponed in July because more testing and bug fixes required a lot of time. This is a straightforward illustration of the team's attention to detail and creativity. Prior to the official launch, the developers wanted to make sure everything was functioning as intended on a daily basis. Due to the perception that the vessel hard fork is one of the changes that will support Cardano's impending explosion in price and worth, there needs to be careful planning. There is a fair potential to raise the hopes of individuals looking forward to the vessel hard fork now that information about it has lately surfaced on timelines. This time, though, it's for the wrong causes. Almost impossible to become a millionaire using Cardano ADA in this circumstance. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of the Cardano, claimed in a recent livestream broadcast that the vessel hard fork has no difficulties with quality. According to Hoskinson, we are very confident that the engineering underpinning 1.35.3 is sound. By reassuring everyone that Cardano was not in danger, he allayed their anxieties. He claimed that most things were going smoothly. Charles Hoskinson continued by saying that the fact that the flaw was initially found on the test network is evidence that the testing procedures are effective. The code has undergone rigorous and thorough testing. It was now exceedingly unlikely that a bug would be found. In response to SPO claims of testnet failure and hasty preparations for deployment, he responded this. Additionally, IOG provided a report that showed consistent advancement on the hard fork of the vessel and made no mention of issues with the testnet. But a video by Cardano ecosystem engineer Adam Dean ended up giving everyone a major scare. Adam Dean believes it's crucial to note that the Cardano testnet is currently catastrophically broken as a result of a flaw in the Cardano node version 1.35.2. We had previously been informed that this version had been tried out and was prepared for the upcoming hard fork. This bug was just found. The developer said that node version 1.3.5.2 is a previously unidentified issue in Cardano. The testnet is catastrophically broken because it generates incompatible forks that eluded detection during earlier testing. He also noted that because the majority of operators switched to version 1.35.2, version 1.35.3 is also incompatible and unable to synchronize with the original testnet, and the two test nets lack a block history. Charles Hoskinson naturally intervened to refute the absurd claims in an effort to emulate the hard fork and communicate his displeasure with the situation. His response, in the opinion of BitBoy Crypto, indicated that he was under pressure. Hoskinson has consistently denied being Cardano's sole architect and has avoided being recognized as a significant contributor to the project. In light of Boyd Crypto's assessment of his response, Hoskinson came to be known as Cardano's face. Hoskinson expressed his annoyance that extra testing would lead the hard fork to be delayed further and claimed that the coding error detected in that node version had been fixed in the 1.35.3 update. There is no need to further delay the launch because Charles Hoskinson has confirmed that the issue has been resolved. The vessel hard fork is expected to be a big game changer for the Cardano ecosystem, therefore it cannot afford to have problems. Massive gains from the hard fork can only be maintained if there are no issues encountered after it is implemented. The founder of Cardano is quite worried about the impact that additional testing may have on the DAP developers who have been waiting for the upgrade for almost a year. After all, the code has already undergone a dozen tests. Hoskinson addressed the inaccurate narrative that has been circulating about Cardano and the testnet issue during an AMA session, calling it extremely damaging and asserting that you cannot conflate a failed testnet with the main net because testnets are built and destroyed frequently in this industry. They make that point. They do no harm to Cardano itself in any manner. He also emphasized how easy it is to become preoccupied with the aspects of something large and intricate that are functioning properly while ignoring the aspects that are not. He proceeded by saying that the vessel hard fork will result in more useful code, faster advancements, and a new governance model with institutions that would be more representative of all stakeholders. Hoskinson possesses sound judgment. It is therefore practical to respect his viewpoints and beliefs. He wants to finish Vassal with Vassal, advance to a better place, and correct some of the project's flaws so that Cardano can go to the next stage of his development. There are the features, they have undergone extensive testing, and there is a great level of confidence in them. There is no reason why it shouldn't cross the finish line, he insisted. The project's creator is a person who accepts responsibility for his actions and, if necessary, would cling to his convictions and instincts. On September 6, 2021, a decentralized exchange on Cardano acknowledged that it had momentarily shut down as a testnet, expressing a similar issue. As anticipated, the cryptocurrency community did not respond favorably. A Twitter user immediately expressed his displeasure to Charles Hoskinson, but Hoskinson ignored the tweet and denied any liability for the minor swap. Mini switch is not our fault, and there is nothing to fix. Nothing is wrong. Simply said, you guys don't grasp it. On September 4th, he claimed that there might be complications when addresses were swapped, yet many detractors utilized these mistakes to cast blame on Cardano. On September 2021, when you switched tweets, we regret having to temporarily turn off our testnet work. From our testnets, we have obtained enough information to strengthen the foundations of our DEX. In the next days, we will announce our scaling solution, our postmortem, and the reopening date of the testnet work. No, it wasn't on the same day, rather, it was a coincidence. Hoskinson read academic articles and cryptographic literature while live streaming into the video. He asserted that the tools will let users to understand the ledger system and resolve problems that were now plaguing the Cardano testnet work. At this point, the Twitter user criticized Hoskinson's tone and prodded him to accept blame for several switch failures. His denial and subsequent justifications for his behavior bring to light Cardano fraudsters as well as those who assert that Cardano only allowed one transaction per block. Charles Hoskinson persisted and made sure to point out a noteworthy precedent to his audience. You know, the UTXO model wasn't something we created, he added. It was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, and Bitcoin has successfully used it for 12 years. If a circumstance arises that contradicts his statements about Cardano, Hoskinson is quite passionate about the investors in Cardano. Being a millionaire maker currency, he resolves his issues right away, but if they aren't, he probably won't worry about them. By putting our faith in Hoskinson's judgment, we can launch the ship's hard fork without incident. Following Terra Luna's failure, further tests were added to the vessel hard fork, and according to Charles Hoskinson, the stakes have never been higher with the hard fork. The hard fork, however, aims to enhance Cardano's fundamental performance and expand its capacity for scalability. A newly upgraded blockchain breaks from the original when a blockchain hard forks, as was the case with the initial hard fork of Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash and with Ethereum to Ethereum Classic. It is also important to keep in mind that after looking at numbers 1, points 35.1 and 35.2 of version 1, Hoskinson declared that the vessel was looking fine and said he was pleased with point 35.3 of version 1. He also acknowledged that it is simple to become lost in the woods and fail to fully grasp the bigger picture and themes at play. The vessel is stable. And a cryptocurrency ought to be exactly that. And a blockchain ecosystem ought to be that. However, how high should you set your expectations for Cardano? You must be prepared for the millionaire run. Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. We'll see you in the following video, but in the meantime, be sure to watch the other ones that show how Cardano is fulfilling its potential as the Ethereum Slayer. Be sure to hit the subscribe and notification buttons as usual.